Hello and welcome back to the BS podcast. It's been a while. My name is Braden, and I'm here with my co-host Sam.
What's up, everybody? How we doing?
As you guys can see, we finally got our faces in
Face
because I
cams.
am moved into my house. So now we are actual people instead of just a black screen.
Actual people. I know a lot of people maybe thought that we were fake, but no, we're real.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
love being just an image on a screen.
yeah,
So hopefully
yeah.
this will be a little more interactive.
A bodiless voice. Gotta love it.
I am just your conscious. Just let me speak into your ear.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but so we've been gone a little while. I've been
hmm
moving, doing a lot of things with my house for the past few weeks. I haven't had a lot of chance, and then work got really busy. I was working like 50 hours a week,
Yeah,
so I didn't really have a time to do it. Same, I think with Sam was working super overtime.
yeah,
We just
yeah. I was
we just
working a
got
lot.
really busy.
But we're back
Um,
now, and that's all that
yeah,
matters.
yeah. Hopefully back to weekly.
Yep,
Hopefully, never
hopefully.
know with the wife though. But
True, true.
um, we're going to speak about some football since that's been going
Football.
on. Shout out to football.
Shout out to football. Yep.
Shout out to football. Uh, it's been pretty fun to watch so far. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of penalties. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
about you, but there's been a lot of penalties.
Yeah.
Um, so do you want to like? I think we could just like talk about overall like who we think is like the better team right now. I mean, like sure score wise, some teams aren't like the top of the league. I mean,
Right.
like the Chiefs are going to be obviously number
Right.
one
Yeah.
with Tampa Bay.
Even though
But
they're 1-1, like I'd still take the Chiefs
yeah, I
any
think
day.
they just kind of threw away that win yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Um,
Or on
I
something.
mean, the Ravens are a good team, so it's like I'm not gonna be like, oh man, the Chiefs suck because they
Oh
lost to the
no, yeah, the
Ravens.
Ravens are great. It just they
Yeah,
don't have the same amount of weapons that the Chiefs do, and if it were a playoff game, I don't think the Chiefs would have.
no.
Plus, it's like the second game of the season. I
Mm-hmm.
don't really think it like determines on how they're gonna play in the playoffs
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because they like the Tampa Bay like the Bucks. They need to like they have like a ramp up time.
Mm-hmm.
Like last year, the Bucks took forever.
Yeah, and then they just
They were
killed
like
it in the
7 and
playoffs.
9, I think, last year, right? And
Um,
they
I
or
want to
eight and
say they were
eight.
like 10-6, but
Uh,
I they
they,
did they
they I
didn't
know they
win their
didn't.
division. They were a wild card
Yeah,
team. The
they were a
Saints
wild
won the
card.
division, so um, yeah, they just ramped up into the postseason and then just
That
rode
defense is
that all
not.
the way to. Yeah, that defense is absurd.
Um, but yeah, so starting with I guess week one, we saw the opener with Dallas versus Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pretty good game.
I'd say that was a fantastic opener. Honestly, I mean, I think there was some sloppy play on either side, but
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, if Dallas's kicker actually did his job, Dallas wins that game, which is kind
yeah.
of crazy.
He missed a few kicks there, right?
I believe he did. I think he missed an extra point and a field goal. I think. I'm not entirely certain, but I know he missed multiple kicks at minimum.
I mean, Dak Prescott basically carried that team to a victory.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Um,
so glad he got paid, even though he got hurt, because I mean, I'm not gonna say he deserves millions of dollars to play football, but like, he deserved to get a paycheck,
oh yeah,
100%. So
I think they were just doing the thing like they did with Zeke. They were just delaying it
yeah, but like,
until
Zeke's contract officially makes no sense because he's not even the best running back on the Cowboys.
yeah,
Like
Pollard's pretty good.
Tony Pollard is better than Zeke. Like that's
Yeah,
just true.
I think
So
Zeke just got. I mean, Zeke's not a bad running back. He's definitely really good. It's just I think he got a little overhyped after his breakout season.
hmm
Um, I also doesn't help that they don't really have a good line, so he can't really.
they're supposed
You
to have a
know,
good line. Like on paper, their line is good, but
didn't
like
didn't don't they have injuries on that team? I'm pretty sure.
they have
I
injuries
don't
every
really
year.
follow the Cowboys because they're boring, but
But like, excuse
I
me.
love but like that team is like electric to like when I would say they're boring. I guess like they're electric to watch sometimes because of Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. Like they've
Yeah,
got really good wide
they've got good
receivers,
receivers. Yeah, Dak's got a lot of
but
weapons to throw to.
that defense is no bueno. It is hot buns.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's how they're gonna lose their games a majority of the time. Like the kicker losing them the game, that's not gonna be normal, because Greg Zuerlein is a good kicker. Like, let's be clear about that. It's just that normally it's gonna be their defense.
Yeah, I agree. But the Bucks, on the other hand, they look on fire.
Yeah,
Holy moly!
yeah, they're
Even
gonna
through this
be.
last week, Tom Brady is somehow gonna be playing until he's 65.
I
Like
know.
I don't understand.
I'm just so
I'm
tired of
over it.
him. I'm
I'm
so
over
tired of him.
it.
I respect
Like
the hell
he's
out
a
of Tom
great,
Brady, but I'm
yeah.
so tired of it.
He's a really good player. It's just I don't understand how he's gonna be 50 and he's gonna be still playing for another 10 years. I just don't understand.
I know it's just
I couldn't even play now, and I'm like 22. So,
yeah, I just turned 24. I'm not going on the football field.
oh my god. But then going into Sunday, there, you got the Houston's versus the Houston's, Jesus Christ, the Texans versus the
Texans.
Jags. Um, at first I was not on the Trevor Lawrence trade. I definitely thought he was overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then I watched him in game one and game two. And game two, man, he looked. I was like, that is man's just slinging that ball.
I think he's still a little overrated. Obviously, he's a number one pick, so
I don't.
he's gonna be impactful. But like, I mean, I just saw the other day. I think he leads the NFL in like percentages of like uncatchable passes with like 36%, and I'm just like, that's absurd.
It doesn't help him that he doesn't have any wide receivers to throw to other than DJ Chark.
I don't think the Jaguars' receiving core is that bad.
Like, they have DJ Chark. I'm pretty sure it's it.
They've got DJ Chark. They signed Marvin Jones.
I don't even know what that is.
He's from the Lions. He's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Laviska Shenault, although he's like a receiver running back hybrid, so he doesn't do both. There's one other receiver. I'm trying to think what the hell is his what is his name? Oh, maybe they lost him because he's not on their depth chart.
I don't know.
Strange.
Okay. But he also suffers from not having a line as well. Like, he's in the same boat as Zeke.
Yeah.
But the only reason Zeke looks so good is because he has, or not Zeke, Dak. The only reason Dak looks so good is because he has, Coop and Lamb, and he's got the great tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a good running back. He just doesn't have a line.
Yeah.
But I think next year, if they build around, like they're going to, if they keep building around Trevor Lawrence, I don't think they need to get a running back. I think Robinson's a pretty good running back.
The only problem is he's hurt. Oh no, I keep confusing him. He's not hurt. James Robinson's healthy.
Yeah,
he's healthy.
But
Travis Etienne got hurt. That's right. He's their other running back. He got hurt. He's their rookie running back.
He's the one that they drafted, right?
Yeah, they drafted him.
I was so mad. I thought he was
20.
Najee Harris for a second, and I didn't draft him because I thought he was injured.
Mm-hmm.
And I got very mad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
And then we go into the next game. The Texans, they're gonna be doo-doo. Tyrod Taylor got them one win and then got injured.
The Texans have played significantly better than I thought they were going to.
Yeah.
And, this is coming from a person who hopes Deshaun Watson goes to prison for the rest of his life.
If it's true, okay? If it's true.
If it's not, I'm sorry, dude. You can't have like 20 plus accusations.
Allegedly, okay? We gotta say
he's
it's
got
allegedly
like
true.
20 plus accusations. Come on.
Allegedly.
Okay, fine. For legal purposes, I will say allegedly.
Thank you.
He is allegedly guilty, but
everything's alleged on the internet until it's confirmed.
Yes. Okay. Fine. But
I think Tyrod Taylor, really did well in game one. Granted, they weren't really playing anybody, right? I don't know. I think, unfortunately, he's injured again. That poor guy just can't catch a fucking break.
It's like him, and then it's like Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like, Ryan Fitzpatrick getting hurt in week one made me so sad. Like, I just want... Like, I finally thought Fitzpatrick had a good team around him with Washington, and then he gets hurt. And
he had a good team in Miami, but they didn't want to give the team to him for a year.
Yeah. They were
we're
gonna.
I don't understand. Yeah.
cycle in Tua from time to time. So it
But
wasn't.
why? Why would you want to do that in the first place? That
I
isn't
don't know.
such a stupid. If you have a like in New England, right? They had Cam Newton. They
Hmm.
drafted Mac Jones. Okay, we understand that you're not gonna obviously build this team around Cam Newton. You're gonna build the team around Mac Jones in the future.
Hmm.
But if you already have Cam for that year, why not just have him teach Mac what he knows and
Hmm.
just keep him as a starter for the year, and then maybe in the later part of the year just sub him in. Maybe like I just feel like if you're gonna have a veteran, I mean they eventually cut him, but
Yeah, they
if
cut
you're
him.
gonna have a veteran, just have him play the majority of the years. Have the rookie learn, and then that way the rookie doesn't if he doesn't have a good team like poor Joe Burrow, like he doesn't
Hmm.
get his knees blown out because
Hmm.
he's getting hit the entire time. You're actually getting chances to like. I just think it's such a stupid mentality of just throwing the rookie in there into the waters. Like the only one who so far succeeded from that was fucking Josh Allen, and Josh Allen had 2 rough years
I
before
was
he
gonna
got
say
like,
he took his time.
and that's because he didn't have anyone to throw to, granted, but like. I, And even this year now, after the crowd came back, he looks fucking awful. He doesn't looks like he doesn't know how to throw a football again. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like the
he'll
Bills
get it.
game
He'll get into a groove. I
I
think
hope
this.
so.
I think this season has started out kind of slow. I think the teams that we've thought, other than maybe Tampa, I think the teams that we thought were going to be like really, really good have all just like gotten
Tampa, the
off to
Chiefs look really
slow
good. The
starts.
Ravens look good. I'm more surprised that the 49ers look good again. I mean, like
I'm not. I knew
the
they were going
defense.
to be good. Like if they're healthy,
It
they're a
wasn't.
good team.
It wasn't more or less their defense. It's like their offense because they're
No,
so
their
prone
offense
to
is more of a
so
question mark. Yeah.
yeah, it was so prone to injuries. I just didn't know how they would come back from the injuries, but they look pretty good. Then they
Yeah.
lost Raheem Mostert, but it seems
Yep.
like it didn't really affect them that much because they had that good rookie. But I don't know.
I
The
just
Panthers really
I
shocked me.
the Panthers are actually kind of sick. Like this is coming from I'm a Falcons fan. Every other team in the NFC South shows promise except for the
For the
Falcons.
Falcons.
They they suck. They're going
I don't
like
know. I saw some life in that
no.
Buccaneers game.
No.
It's they don't
No.
don't have a defense. It is
That's been the problem for 4 or 5 years.
why you lost Super Bowl.
Yeah, but yeah,
I won't
thanks.
say it. I won't say it again, but I
28 to
won't say
3.
it. And Matt Ryan threw a 28-3 lead. Oh my!
I
But
they just kept passing the ball.
that
They just kept
offense doesn't
passing the
look
ball.
terrible. It's Matt Ryan. A lot of the teams are suffering from not having a fucking line. Like Matt Ryan was just getting pressured. I was watching the highlights last night. He was just getting pressured so much.
They've
Like,
got a young, promising O line that just needs to take a couple years to kind of get into form. But until that happens, Matt Ryan's
gonna be dead.
Yeah, he's gonna get dead. But the thing is that I think after this year, they're probably gonna cut him or trade him.
I don't. They have a huge contract with him, right?
They
like
have
2
a
more
huge
years.
contract,
He has
but like,
guaranteed pay. I think what they'll do is they'll probably draft out of this year or the next.
well,
Um,
I
and they'll
really
just use
wanted
him
them to take Justin Fields. I don't know why they didn't. I like Kyle Pitts.
because Kyle Pitts is good, but
Kyle Pitts is good, but like, come on.
but Matt Ryan's not a bad quarterback. So I mean, you don't really need to draft a quarterback in this. If you're like question marking on like Justin Fields or Zach, I mean, they didn't even have a chance with Zach Wilson, right? Because he went number 2.
Yeah, he
But
went number
like
2. Although I thought the Zach Wilson
even
at
Mac
number
Jones,
2 was like
I'm
such
surprised.
a
Honestly,
bad
I'm
pick.
surprised they didn't take Mac Jones because like if I don't
No,
know,
I wanted Justin Fields. So here's the thing.
I think
Matt Ryan's dead cap right now is like ridiculously high. Like it's very high. But
yeah,
it's like after a certain deadline, the dead cap goes down. So
I'm pretty sure it was like 2 years. I thought.
I think it's at the like towards the like middle off season at the end of this year, and I think they're either gonna cut him or trade him, because it goes.
I think
down
that'd be a stupid
lot.
fucking idea.
I don't.
So
I
I'm
think he
telling you,
needs to
they just
go.
he's a great quarterback, right?
He
So
is.
I think
He's fantastic.
I
I
think
love Matt Ryan, but
if they already have the contract, right? So if they draft somebody this coming draft,
mhm.
just have the rookie learn underneath one. Like, he's a really good quarterback. It's not like he'd be learning from somebody like, I don't know, like from Marcus Mariota. He's not like learning from Marcus Mariota or anything like that, right? So I mean, it gives him like a chance to like learn and be in that spot, and then cut him the next year, because that way you're not wasting as much cap space, and you already have the quarterback who knows the offense, right? You're not just throwing a rookie in there to fucking die.
My only problem is like, and it's why I wanted them to draft Justin Fields. And it's early in the college football season, so it's a little bit unfair of me to say that like the upcoming quarterback draft class isn't as good as last year's. But like, there's just not a lot of guys that I'm just like, Atlanta.
How long is that? How
you
long
can
is his contract for?
absolutely pick him.
3 more years?
I think it's like 3 more years, and it's
I
like
would
there are
just
some good QBs, but
I would just suffer it until through the contract. I think 'cause they just build the team, and then when a rookie quarterback comes,
you can't.
it's
suffer,
not Matt Ryan's.
You can't
it's not Matt
suffer
Ryan's
through
fault.
that contract. I know it's not his fault. I'm blaming Atlanta for managing the team poorly. But
I'm saying like if their best option would be not cut Matt Ryan.
I don't
Maybe
know
just
if I
sign him to
necessarily agree, but
I mean, like, who are they gonna draft to fill his spot? Or maybe maybe grab the fucking Cam Newton. Maybe like I don't really know.
there's only like 2 or 3 QBs right now in college that are getting like a lot of attention.
Maybe Marcus Mariota comes back over from the Raiders.
I don't want Mariota.
He's not bad. He's not a bad quarterback.
I want a rookie quarterback. I wanted Justin Fields.
Well, it's literally staying in Chicago, unfortunately for him.
I'm so pissed, but
I'm pretty sure he's pissed too because he's got to stay in fucking Chicago. That poor kid's gonna get ruined too. I mean, Joe Burrow looks pretty nice, but I'm just worried for the young kids right now.
I don't know.
They look like they're gonna get
They didn't do
demolished.
They didn't do anything to help Burrow on the offensive line, which is just unbelievable to me.
Yeah. But even without him, I think they've been looking pretty good. So. I just think I don't know. I think the young QBs right now are just gonna have a hard time because they don't have any lines. I think people are just focusing offensive weapons and not, building a line.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Bills last year, they got Manuel Sanders this year for no reason. I'm just like, why?
I don't actually dislike that for the Bills. I mean, it provides some receiver depth. So,
But
and he's a good receiver. He was good for the Saints last year.
But you're like taking away touches for Gabriel Davis, who's a bigger wide receiver that Josh Allen needs.
Yeah, and I like Gabe Davis. If Emmanuel Sanders was to take minutes from anybody, I'd want it to be him taking minutes away from Cole Beasley. Fuck Cole Beasley. Sorry.
I don't think so. Cole Beasley's a really good. Cole Beasley's a really good slot receiver.
He is. I recognize that Cole Beasley's a good. I recognize he's a good receiver. I just think personally he's a fucking idiot.
I agree. I completely agree. Like I don't like him as a person, but for the team,
he's good. He's a good receiver. He is.
Yeah. That's why I don't like the Emmanuel Sanders pick because bro, Gabe Davis is 5 inches taller than you and gives Josh Allen the size that he needs, and you're just I don't know. When we lost John Brown and Gabe Davis was playing, dude, he just gave him so many more options because he was able to do the sideline catches. He was able to do the back corners because he's taller than it's just so frustrating to watch that we have this another 5'8" guy because, I mean, he's experienced, I guess, but in the Steelers game, it showed that we couldn't do anything because we had no size. The Steelers had Chase Claypool, Justin Washington something.
No.
I don't know. Either way, they had Washington. They had Eric Ebron. They had all these big wide receivers that could do these nice catches.
I wanted to say James Washington. It is James Washington.
It's James Washington. I was right in the J. But I don't know. I think the Bills were. They didn't even prioritize their biggest problem. They got another wide receiver instead of getting a fucking running back.
I don't dislike Devin Singletary though. I don't.
Oh, I'm just saying our running game is atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely it was below mid pack last year. I'm pretty sure. Granted, Josh Allen was just lobbing that ball wherever the fuck he wanted to because Stephon Diggs is a great wide receiver.
He's a god.
I just think we needed either to address the line or the running back situation because the line doesn't help the running game either. So But this year they looked pretty. They were like the last game at Miami. Granted, it was against Miami, but they looked pretty good getting the line going or getting the run game going there. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But the Panthers alone, Sam Darnold looks better, but he's still making stupid fucking decisions.
I mean, he's gonna do that. He's gonna have some.
But he's like learning, like
hangover from the Jets because the Jets fucking suck. Sorry to Jets fans, but I can say this as a fan of a team that's in the gutter. Your team is also in the gutter.
I watched a video yesterday as the girl showing walking around the Jets game, asking other Jets fans how they felt as a Jets fan, and it was all terrible.
Yeah,
it was terrible, painful, or miserable. That was the three descriptions. I'm like, oh Lord, it's okay. Yeah. We were there. We were there for 20 years. It's okay.
Well, yeah, the Jets, they just can't get anything right. And I really liked the Jets offseason. I thought the moves they made were good. It sucks that Carl Lawson is out for the year because he was probably their biggest free agent. At least he's the one that's at the top of my head. He got hurt in the preseason, which just sucks so much. But, like, I thought the Zach Wilson pick wasn't good.
I mean, he's not a bad quarterback. He just, again, has nobody to throw it to and no line. And who's his running back?
You can say that, but in week 2,
it's
when
literally
he's just
Zach Wilson
the ball
versus
everywhere
11 other grown men.
You can say that, but the dude threw 4 picks last week.
And they still kept the game close, I'm pretty sure, right?
No, it was 25-6.
Oh, I didn't watch. That's the game I didn't watch.
It was not even close. They were close with the Panthers in week 1, but they got demolished by the Patriots. And Zach Wilson looked like shit. I know it's not entirely his fault, but like the picks that he threw
at some point were just stupid, I'm assuming.
Yeah, some of them were pretty dumb.
You have to just try to make things happen, I guess, at some point. But like, I mean, the Jets organization, it needs to rework from the top down. So,
I mean,
we're bringing in Bob, whatever his name is, Saleh, something, whatever.
Rob Saleh.
Rob Saleh. Yeah. Bringing him in was a great start. They just need to fix their situation. Like maybe they just need a whole culture rework. It's just unfortunate that Zach Wilson is put into a mix that he can't thrive. Whereas like Mac Jones and Justin Fields are gonna. I mean, Justin Fields might not have great success, but he has a better chance than Zach Wilson does.
He has a better chance than Zach Wilson does, but I wouldn't say that his chance is like amazing because the Bears using him as like a gadget type player is so frustrating to me. Like,
I think they're doing that to give him field experience while also using Andy Dalton because they paid for Andy Dalton. Why not use him? But he's injured now, so he's probably going to be their main quarterback.
I get why they're doing it. I just don't like it. Like I'm just.
It doesn't matter now because he's now starting quarterback for at least week 3.
Andy Dalton got hurt. He did.
Yeah, he hurt his knee. The Seahawks.
Right.
Seahawks look as flaky as ever. Like they can be good, but
they
should have won that Tennessee game. I'm sorry.
Oh, absolutely. They're not going to do anything this year. They're not. Like they'll probably make the playoffs, but they're not going to do anything.
I don't think they have a chance against the 49ers. I mean, we'll see when they finally face up. But
that division is absurd. That division is so good.
Cardinals, the 49ers, the Packers, and the Seahawks. That is the toughest.
It's the Rams, not the Packers.
Oh.
49ers, Rams, Cardinals,
right?
Seahawks. Yeah, the Packers are with the Bears, Lions, and Vikings.
Oh, either way, even the Rams, Matthew Stafford finally has a team.
Yep.
Oh my God, dude! How have we taken so long to talk about Matthew Stafford?
It's fun to watch him with a good team.
God.
Yeah, it's fun to watch him.
He was literally going onto that field 1v11 at Detroit, and was still somehow trying to win games. And now he's in the Rams, where he doesn't have to play against 11 other dudes by himself.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss, bro.
That division is so good.
It's
so good.
So good. Like and watching him play is just so much fun to watch because he's an experienced player and he can just see things, and I'm excited.
Well, he's just got like a good roster around him finally.
And
the Lions just wasted him. Rams defense is good. I mean, come on. You can't say you have Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey and then say your defense is bad. Like, that defense
No.
is ridiculous.
Jalen Ramsey was all over the place in game one. Like that man is doing. He's pretty good. He's a pretty good player.
They've got
Although,
two of the best 5 defensive players in the NFL, probably.
yep.
Mm,
Aaron
no,
Donald.
Jalen Ramsey is like top 10, but Aaron Donald is number 1. Like, he is the best defensive player.
I think, in my opinion, it would go Aaron Donald, then Nick Bosa. I think would be like top 2 defenders.
I don't know if I'm ready to put Nick. I like Nick Bosa. The problem is he's just coming off of a pretty serious
He
injury.
played pretty well in game 2.
I like T.J. Watt over him right now. T.J. Watt's absurd.
Bro, I always forget about T.J. Watt. I don't know why. That man is a beast.
Yeah, he's a monster.
As we saw in game 1 against Josh, like he's like his brother. He just got so much pressure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
JJ in Arizona looks like he's just like a filler piece. It doesn't look like he's very.
He looks like
down a little.
In week 1, it just looked like he was a distraction for Chandler Jones to just go off.
Yeah,
did you see how many sacks Chandler Jones had? Yeah, 5 in one game.
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
They said if he keeps that up,
you've got JJ Watt on the other side of the line.
They said if he keeps it up, he's on par to have 82 sacks for this season.
Yeah, well, he didn't have any sacks in week 2.
Nah, and I'm just saying, like, if he keeps like,
I'm
assuming it went down, but like, it's still a lot of sacks. Like, even if it went down,
well, he'd average that would be an average of like 2.5 sacks a game. So that's like 40 sacks. I think that's like 40 sacks. Yeah.
What's like the most in a season? Do you know?
Oh, I think it's. Most
sacks in a season.
I want to say it's like high. I want to say it's like 28.
It is 22.5.
Oh yeah, Michael Strahan.
Strahan. He's the teeth guy.
Yeah, he's the tooth gap guy. I don't know where 28 was coming from. Oh well, yeah. So if Chandler Jones actually gets 40 sacks, I will be mind blown.
I don't think he will. I'm just saying that like he played so well. People were like estimating these huge numbers for him. Like it was week 1.
He'll get.
Relax.
I'm going to say Chandler Jones gets 16.5 sacks this year. 16.5.
I mean their schedule is not terrible, right? So.
I don't know what their schedule is.
I know the Bills have a really hard schedule. That's what I'm kind of mad about or upset about. But
I thought they had like a difficult. I thought they had like a difficult early season, but
they play Washington at home, so
Washington. I mean, Heineke looked good. I guess they should not have won that game against the Giants. The Giants are also a joke.
I feel bad for Daniel Jones, another person whose talent's gonna get wasted.
Because... I don't feel bad for Daniel Jones because he's a bad quarterback. I'm sorry, he's bad.
I think he's pretty average.
No, the Bills. Okay, so yeah, the Bills. I feel like they have a much more difficult start to the year than end. So they've had to play Pittsburgh and Miami, which neither of them are easy games. Despite the score against Miami, that's not an easy game. Washington's
pretty good.
Washington's a tough team. Houston is kind of a gimme, but then you play Kansas City and Tennessee, and then Miami again. But then you play Jacksonville, the Jets, the Colts, who haven't looked very good, the Saints, who have looked either amazing or terrible, Patriots, then you play Tampa Bay. That's a hard one.
And the Packers are somewhere in there, right?
No. Then you play Carolina, and then you probably win the last 4 games. You play Carolina, Patriots again, Falcons, and Jets again. Like, I think they're going to go
10-6. I think they'll win the division. I don't know.
You mean 10-7? Because you play 17 games now.
Yeah, they upped the games this year.
Yeah, too. I think the Bills go 12-5. And I know I think you lose to Kansas City. So that would be your second loss. I think you're probably going to lose to the Patriots one time.
I don't think so. Mac Jones doesn't look good.
Mac Jones actually looks the best to me out of any rookie quarterback.
I think Trevor Lawrence looks better than him, but
agree to disagree there. Yeah, I think you lose to the Chiefs. I think you lose to
the Bucs. Obviously.
The Bucs. You definitely lose to the Bucs. I'm going to say you lose once to New England. And that actually might be it. I could see you losing to Tennessee.
Away at Gillette. against the Patriots, if anything.
Yeah, I could see you losing to Tennessee, but maybe not. But even then, that's still 12-5. I think the Bills have a really good season. Now, the Falcons, on the other hand, let's go through their schedule really quick, and then I do want to talk about the Giants because my family.
I feel bad for Saquon Barkley, bro.
I feel bad for Barkley. Yeah.
He's got no line to run to.
Let's see. Falcons. Okay, 32-6 against Philly, 0-1. 48-25 against Tampa. Okay, they play the Giants in week 3, so maybe we beat the Giants. Lose to the football team, maybe beat the Jets, lose to the Dolphins, lose to the Panthers, lose to the Saints, lose to the Cowboys, lose to the Patriots, maybe beat Jacksonville, lose to Tampa, lose to the Panthers again, lose to San Francisco, maybe beat Detroit, lose to the Bills, lose to the Saints.
Or 2-15.
2-15? I'm saying either 2-15 or 3-14. We're gonna be awful. We're gonna be really, really bad.
But knowing Matt Ryan, dude, you never know, dude. That man can throw wins out of nowhere.
He can win you.
He knows how to score.
He can win
but
you
his
a couple
defense
games.
does not know how to defend.
No, he doesn't. Matt Ryan doesn't know how to score.
What do you mean? They kept game close last week. What do you?
No, it was 48-25.
Oh no! You know, I didn't watch the entire game. I watched it like a halftime where it was like somewhat close.
Yeah, no, it was not a close game.
Yeah, it's 25-48. That's rough.
And I'm pretty sure, I'm not like entirely sure of this, but in like the last 3 years, I think the Falcons have like the worst red zone efficiency of any team in the league. Like the Falcons get into the red zone and then they just don't know how to convert it into 6 points. They'll get a field goal, but they never get in the end zone, and it's extremely frustrating. Most of their touchdowns come from just like Hail Mary passes or long runs.
That's all coaching.
It is all coaching, and I'm happy that last year they fired Dan Quinn. I'm very happy. They were 0-5, and then they finished the year 4-12.
That's so bizarre. The Browns look really good this year. The Giants, okay, we'll talk about the Giants, but the Giants are they're a little rough. I don't think there's any shot in hell after I don't think they're ever going to be good for at least another 2 to 3 years.
Well, they need a new quarterback, in my opinion.
I think Daniel Jones could be good.
Daniel Jones can't be their quarterback. I went to the season opener. Actually, I went to the Broncos Giants game, and
they lost against Teddy fucking Bridgewater, dude.
Teddy Bridgewater's a decent QB. I stand by that, and I'm happy.
I think he's a good backup quarterback. I think he's Nick Foles. He's a good backup quarterback.
I mean, I don't know. They're 2-0. Broncos look pretty strong.
Yeah, but who have they played?
I mean, well, the Giants, and then
they played the Jags.
Yeah,
they played two fucking awful teams.
I don't know. Their defense looks.
If you don't
awesome.
look good against playing them, dude, like I don't know.
Your defense,
yeah, okay,
their
defense is good, but like Jerry Judy's hurt.
That made me so sad because he was on my fantasy team. I hated having to cut him.
No, I do that. Like Josh Allen decided he didn't know how to play football this year. He's my starting quarterback. I'm like, well, you're getting cut, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. The Giants just like Barkley's not going to be himself because he's coming back from an injury, and frankly, even before the injury, his production wasn't great because the O-line was so bad, and the O-line is still bad.
And they even stated like, oh, you know, in this league you need big men, and they didn't do anything about it.
Their O-line is just terrible, frankly.
And they had like some people, but didn't like. I think they have a few injuries too now. So like, even their starters who they
Nick Gates got hurt on their O-line. He was probably one of their better linemen. Like Andrew Thomas is an absolute bust at left tackle. I'm sorry to anybody that likes Andrew Thomas. He was the number 4 overall pick a couple drafts ago. He sucks. Sorry, guys. Nate Solder sucks. Never should have paid him. Ben Bredesen, Billy Price, Will Hernandez, It's not a good O-line. It sucks. It's bad. And the receiving core is good, but there's like a ton of just drama because you drafted Kadarius Toney this year, but you're not giving him any fucking reps. And then Kenny Galladay is mad at mad at Daniel Jones because Daniel Jones sucks.
And they got rid of Golden Tate,
Golden Tate's
a
gone.
Veteran wide receiver, and I'm like,
the only receiver who's actually looked worth a damn so far is probably Sterling Shepard. And that's not what you want to see when you just paid Kenny Galladay and drafted Kadarius Toney. And you have Darius Slayton.
and their tight end is
Evan Ingram's hurt.
yeah, it got hurt, and their defense, like, they've got some promising pieces on
Their defense is the highlight of the team.
Yeah,
Um,
but
but it hasn't played well. It hasn't played well so far.
That defensive front is terrible.
I don't know. Dexter Lawrence is good.
But that's like one
Williams
like
is good.
they have like no like real pressure. Like when I was watching the games, I feel like they had no pressure on the running on the Q. I guess other than like the Washington game, they didn't like in the Broncos game. It didn't look like they really had any pressure on Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, they absolutely did not. I was there. Yeah. They had no pressure at all.
I'm just like, what do you like? You guys' only job is to, like, make him feel uncomfortable, and you're just
No, it was bad. I think the highlight of that defense.
That's what I think. Like the Bills improved on this year is like the Bills went from like not being able to stop a run like for the life of them. But if you ran the ball, you got a touchdown like almost for free because our defense didn't know how to stop a running. But like with Greg Rousseau and Basham and all of them, they actually look like they can stop a run again. It's great.
I loved the Bills draft. I get the question marks.
On defense and like that's what they needed.
I get the question marks that surrounded Gregory Rousseau, but like if he pans out, he's so good.
He's finally him and Epinesa are going to be a great piece for Jerry Hughes, and Jerry Hughes won't have to do everything by himself
very
anymore.
hard to make himself better, and he looks good.
He basically he should have had the sack on Brissett, but Brissett brushed him off. But like that was like a great play that got Rousseau the sack. Like it was like it looks like they're playing like we're gonna have a fucking 2019 season again where defense carries us through games. It's gonna happen. Like Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer. Although Micah Hyde kind of worried me on Sunday, he looked like he was favoring either his leg or on his like left side. Kind of worried me. And if he goes out, O'Neal comes in and O'Neal fucking blows dick. Holy shit, I hate this guy. What?
My problem with the Bills secondary is that it's so tiny.
Yeah.
Like it's a good secondary.
They have Trey White, right? Like as a CB, but on the other side of him they have fucking Lewis, who only looked good against like because Miami's offense or decisions were terrible. Like that's the only reason they look good.
Yeah, Levi Wallace. Yeah.
It's not. He's not really.
Literally, like I'm looking at their depth chart right now. The tallest starting secondary guy that they have is 6 foot, and it's like.
But that's like the Bills in general. Like the Bills in general,
Bills
other than
small.
Josh Allen,
are
small.
Yeah.
I think Josh Allen was like the tallest person by like 6 inches at one point.
But like that's not good. Like that's
no
bad. That's really bad.
And that's why I would say like when they picked up Emmanuel Sanders, I was mad about it because they need size. Josh Allen needs a big target to throw to. I mean, like last game against the Miami Dolphins when he was targeting Dawson Knox, it looked like he was throwing the ball great because he was targeting a big catcher. And when they take that away and they make him throw to Emmanuel Sanders in these tight areas, like he can do it because he can, Diggs is a great wide receiver and they have like that chemistry. But like with Emmanuel Sanders, he drops like a few balls and he doesn't fit what the Bills need. I think like he's just kind of there. I don't think he's like a good piece addition to the Bills, but we'll see how it turns out. I guess. I mean, I'm not mad that he's on the team because experience will help us if we get to the playoffs, and it should maybe help Josh Allen not look so freaked out. But I don't know. The Ravens, I think, are gonna be in a good spot this year, like always. Lamar Jackson, you can't tackle that guy.
It really depends on how the Browns play. Like I can see the Browns winning that division.
I could see that entire division. I'm maybe not the Bengals, but like that entire division being at least in the playoffs. I don't be wild card or not.
Despite the impressive opener from the Steelers, I don't think they're going to be that good this year, especially because there's stories coming out that Big Ben is hurt.
Yeah, he looked hurt in that Raiders game when he got tackled.
Yeah.
Like halfway through the game, and he like fell to the ground. He was like screaming in pain. I'm like, ow.
Yeah, I don't think the Steelers are going to be very good. Despite I mean, no offense to the Bills.
TJ Watt hurt himself, right?
They had a good opener. I don't know.
I thought I saw some where he hurt like his hamstring.
He is questionable for next week. It looks like.
Um, I think that division is gonna slowly transition to the Browns or the Ravens, depending on the year. I
Oh
think the
yeah.
Browns look really good. I think Baker Mayfield looks more matured. I think
Hmm.
like his decision
He looked
making.
good last year, and he looks good this
I
year.
think his like decision making is a lot better this
Yeah,
year. Like
yeah.
maybe and that comes with having. I mean, this year he should look great because fucking Odell Beckham is back, right? Right.
He has actually not come back yet.
Uh,
He is
all right.
not
Well,
quite
when
back.
he gets him back, I guess if he does, like unless he sits out again,
Baker and
or
him
gets
are both
injured.
questionable for week 3 as well.
Baker hurt his arm.
Yeah,
He was saying it in the game that he hurt his left arm. He
yeah.
literally checked somebody down, like he buried somebody with his right arm by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just pushed somebody to the ground with his right arm.
Mm-hmm.
Who is their backup?
Backup QB, Case Keenum.
I
Remember
know that
Case
name.
Keenum?
I know. Why do I know that name? Was he on the Washington football team? I think so. Or
I
the
want
Redskins
to.
at the time.
I want to say yes. It's where
Why do
he
I know
got
that name?
playing time. Yeah, he got
Yeah,
playing time
right.
in Washington in
After Alex hurt
2019.
himself, right?
Yeah, he's got playing time in Washington in 2019. He was with the Broncos, then so first 3 years in Houston. Then he was with the Rams for 2 years, which is confusing because the first year they were St. Louis, and then the next year they were the LA Rams. Then he was with the Vikings. Then he was with the Broncos. Then he was with the Redskins at the time, now the football team, and now he's with the Browns.
I don't know. If he's out, I mean, they're not gonna look as good.
Well, clearly
'Cause-
not. I mean,
But
they've got a ridiculous. I love their running back core.
Nick
Oh
Chubb
my god!
and Kareem Hunt.
Beyond those two, they drafted Demetric Felton out of UCLA.
That's what you need now.
So excited
in this
for
NFL,
him.
you need a running game. I think.
Oh yeah,
It's definitely trending towards you need to have a good running core.
like having Demetric Felton as your third running back is awesome to me. Like that's awesome. Um,
I know you could be like Derrick Henry, who doesn't get any points, and all of a sudden he has 4 touchdowns
yeah, sorry about that,
or
bro.
3 touchdowns. Yeah, dude.
He
I,
had like five
for context-
points. Five
for
points
context,
going.
it was gonna be an even game.
Yeah.
Right? It was gonna be like decided by
Fantasy.
1 point.
Yeah.
Fantasy game. It was gonna be decided by like 1 or 2 points.
Yeah.
And then Derrick Henry decided he wanted to get 3 touchdowns,
Yeah.
and a passing touchdown or something like that. And I'm just like,
Yeah. He
I
had
can't win because none of my players got 44 points like this guy did. So it's unlucky for me.
yeah.
DK Metcalf got 8 points.
Yeah, but like to be fair to me in that week, George Kittle got me like 3 points, and then Alvin
wide
Kamara
receivers
got me
suck
like
doo-doo.
5.
Yeah, but you also had like really good games from Russell Wilson and your wide receivers.
Yeah. Yeah, our teams
just
are
unfortunate.
to be clear, our teams are stacked cuz it's like a 4-team league.
Yeah, we're just doing it for fun.
Yeah. I need to
What do you
go
think about the
into-
Titans, bro? What do you think about the
very
Titans
much
team?
very much a mixed bag.
Yeah, I think they can be good. I just don't know what's going on.
I
feel
want
like
them
that-
to do well because I love Julio Jones and I want Julio Jones to be on a team that succeeds. But
I think they'll be above average.
I mean they should be. On paper they're
defense
above
is-
average.
That defense is just very question marky.
Yeah,
Like, how do you
yeah.
not win? Like, how do you not just like it's Seattle? That O line is doo doo.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I understand that Russell Wilson makes things happen, but like the
Mhm.
fact that you won by a field goal in overtime because of a missed penalty
Mhm.
because of a penalty,
Yeah.
like, it shouldn't be happening, bro. Like,
No.
I don't know, but yeah, I think the Packers also after game one, holy Jesus, they got blown out basically in game one, but then they came back. But it's only the Detroit, so I think Aaron Rodgers, he was saying it on the Pat McAfee show twice, for both weeks where he's saying game one basically was just. I mean, I'm never a doubter of Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's not like the type of guy to sandbag or anything like that. He's just,
Mhm.
sometimes you have an off game.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, their off game was the first game of the season. And, the good thing about that is that you get to learn where your mistakes are and immediately come back because it was a short week, I'm pretty sure, right?
For them?
No, they played on Monday. They played
Yeah,
on
no.
Sunday. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I thought they played on like a Sunday. I don't know, but it gives them time and stuff like that to play on a comeback and stuff. So I'm excited to watch that team. Not really excited for the team. I'm excited for Aaron Rodgers and Devontae. I think after this year, they're definitely going somewhere else and getting their own team. Or not like getting it, but like signing somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, where would you? Where if you were to play, he's gonna go to Atlanta with Devontae Adams.
No.
Where else would he go?
I mean, in the offseason, a lot of people were like, "Hey, Aaron Rodgers to the Broncos." Yeah, that was like a
But Teddy Bridgewater's there now. Didn't they sign him for like 2 years?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're committed to him. If you sign him for 2 years, like what you could do is like the Packers could just
that'd be good because they actually have a defense.
The Packers, yeah,
and he has a wide receiver, and Devontae would have a second wide receiver, dude.
A third. He would have two, like Jerry Jeudy, and then Cortland Sutton is a good receiver. KJ Hamler's learning. Noah Fant, your tight end. Like the Broncos are really promising.
Put him in Miami, dude. He likes to be places warm.
Miami could be a good place.
I don't think Tua is the guy.
Miami is really weird right now. Like I thought Miami was gonna have a really, 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 really good year, and I still think they can.
Tua got hurt.
But like Tua got hurt. This whole thing with Will Fuller is really weird. Like he's just gone. He just left.
Like is he signed to the team still?
He's signed to the team, but like he just like left for personal reasons, and there's no timetable on his return.
That's strange.
Oh wait, never mind. I guess 2 days ago, he returned to team facilities, and is expected to make his debut against Las Vegas.
It's probably something due to COVID or something.
So
like that.
never mind.
That means.
Yeah, it was probably just something. I did not see that story. Okay, well that's good. Because
I don't think anybody is surprised by the Raiders. I think they're a good team.
They're overachieving to start the year.
I think they're gonna need to keep its consistency. That team is so inconsistent. Like they could be like one of the best teams, and then they are all of a sudden fucking dog water.
Right. Like I think every year the Raiders have like 1 or 2 wins where you're just like, oh wow, how'd they get that win? Like last year they beat the Chiefs once. I don't think they're gonna keep it up. I like their team. I do. I really like their team.
I love Darren Waller. I like him, especially like he like had a whole like when I was like last year when I was looking into it, he had a whole thing with he had like a drug addiction that he's battled and come back from and stuff like that, and the Raiders gave him a second chance, and it's just good to see a comeback story like that, where like you fight your own problems and come back a better person. I think the Eagles kind of surprised me in their game 1.
I mean, to be fair, they played the Falcons.
Yeah, but the Eagles are also supposed to be doo-doo, like complete doo-doo.
Honestly, I really like what Jalen Hurts has shown so far. I thought that they were going to be pretty bad, but honestly, the only bad team in that division to me now is the Giants. Like all of those other teams, football team, Eagles, Cowboys, I think they all have a chance to win the division.
Heineke could be a starter.
Who?
Heineke. I think he could be like their main starter.
I mean, I don't know. He's a serviceable quarterback for sure.
I think he could fill the void until they get somebody better.
Yes, he's a bridge gap quarterback.
I feel bad for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like he should.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for him. I feel so bad for him.
Ever since he left the Bills, I've wished nothing but the best for that guy. And it's just unfortunate that he's.
Yeah, seeing him get hurt just sucks. It really.
He's just a good guy too. Like he's like every time he does an interview, dude, he's just the happiest guy. Like he's just so like nonchalant about it. He's just such a good guy. I just feel so bad. I don't even know him. I'm just just part of the Bills, and you don't want to see people get injured in general.
No.
Unless you're an absolute psychopath, but I don't know. I think I feel like that team will be good. I think their offensive line needs a little work, and then that team will be great. I think their defense is great with Chase Young, and their cornerbacks are pretty good. Their safety is okay. I just think that offensive line needs a little work. And who's their running back?
Let me take a look at their Antonio Gibson.
Gibson's
pretty good. J.D. McKissick isn't like a horrible second back.
No, they're pretty good,
I like their receiving core. Terry McLaurin's on my fantasy team.
bro.
I
Why does he need to get so many catch? Stop targeting him.
Well, he's the only one. I mean, like Diami
No, I
Brown and
know.
Adam Humphries, like they're serviceable receivers. Like I really
Yeah,
like
they're not,
Diami Brown. I think he
but they're
was
not
just
like all
drafted by
stars.
them.
I
No,
think
well, yeah, Diami Brown I think is a rookie. The problem
I'm in
is that
Humphreys.
Curtis Samuel, who they brought in from the Panthers, got hurt. He's on the IR. So Terry McLaurin is like the de facto target, which personally for me I love, but you know, yeah, their defense is definitely the highlight. I mean, Chase Young, Deron Payne, John Allen, Montez Sweat is ridiculously underrated. Their secondary is good with Kendall Fuller and Landon Collins, and their defense is so good. They just need to get a better. And I mean, frankly, their O line isn't terrible. Like some of the names that I'm seeing on here, I really like. Like Brandon Scherf and Chase Rollier are really good. Eric Flowers has gotten better with time.
They're also a young team, right?
Yeah, Sam Cosmi on their line is a rookie. He looks promising. Charles Leno has never been like a bad tackle. I'm not gonna say he's been good, but I like their team.
I think they're gonna be a team to watch.
I like their team. If Fitzpatrick never got hurt, I liked them the most to win that division. Now I'd probably say it's the Cowboys, but
I would have said the Cowboys and then the football team just because Dak is younger and he has more weapons around him than
yeah,
really
but
than
the problem for me is that I have
Fitzpatrick.
no faith in the consistency of the Cowboys defense.
That's true. That defense is atrocious. I agree completely. I was just saying like offensive wise, I
Mhm.
think they would have had a better shot,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I think that they're not a terrible division anymore like like last year. Like last year was awful.
Dog water.
Yeah, absolute doo-doo cakes. I think that's more or less the Colts division now, the AFC South.
I mean, frankly, that's just like I think that's a division that's gotten off to a slow start. I think the Titans are going to be good. I think the Colts are going to be good. I don't know what.
Carson Wentz just needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, he just needs to kind of get into his groove. They've got good receivers. They've got a good running back. Jonathan Taylor's awesome. Marlon Mack as your third running back is sick.
Who's there first?
Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Then it's Naheem Hines, and then it's Marlon Mack.
Hines had a really good season last season.
Yeah, they've got a good running back, just like core.
They've got a good team. It's been injuries, right? Like now Carson Wentz sprained both his fucking ankles. Like that guy does not care anything about his fucking body. Like
know.
he's like, you know what? If I'm going down, I'm going down playing. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Just go down. You don't need to injure yourself for it.
And this is like another team that, like, to me, like the offense is good, but the defense is the highlight. Like, you've got just such
Darius
a good
Leonard.
defense. Obviously, Darius Leonard, but then you've got DeForest Buckner.
Buckner, oh my god,
Grover
Buckner
Stewart is
he's a
underrated.
monster.
They drafted Kwity Paye, who's very exciting. Bobby Okereke is
Their
good.
cornerbacks are just a little question mark sometimes to me.
A little bit, but I like Rock Yassin. Kenny Moore on your depth chart's not too bad. Julian Blackman's okay. Xavier Rhodes, when healthy, last year he had a bounce back year. He looked great. So if he can stay healthy, he'll be good again. Their defense is awesome, and then their offense is like okay. And you can't forget about Quentin Nelson on their O line. He's the best guard in football.
Yeah,
He's
I was
insane.
really worried if him like that. Like, didn't he have him and his center? I think are like the best line people or whoever it is.
Ryan Kelly's good. He's a good center. He's definitely a good center.
I just remember last year watching. It was one of the games, and Quentin Nelson and either his right side or his left side, they literally took their person and like pushed him 5 yards back and made a hole. I'm like, those guys are fucking animals. Holy shit.
Quentin Nelson's just a monster, and then like the rest of the O line is serviceable at least.
My worry is Carson Wentz,
Yeah.
just stay healthy.
That was the key to the Colts going into this season. And I think everybody knows it. Like, if the Colts, if Carson Wentz doesn't play well,
look bad.
The
It
Colts
doesn't look bad.
don't win.
He just looks injured still. I guess it doesn't look terrible. I don't think, but I think he needs to Maybe simmer it down a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. So who do you think your team to watch this year is?
I mean, I don't want to. Are we doing like a underdog type thing?
Or like teams that maybe you think will perform better than maybe underrated teams. I wouldn't say underdog. But like teams that
Under
are good but
Okay.
maybe aren't getting the same kind of spotlight. Like the Chiefs and the Bucks are
Under
getting.
underrated. I'm going with the Carolina Panthers.
I think they're gonna falter.
I really I don't know
I
if
don't think the
Darnold
defense is
can.
good enough.
Oh, dude, you don't believe in their defense. Oh man,
DJ Moore is really good. See, and then they're and Anderson. I love Robbie Anderson. I love
there.
him.
I
I wish
love
nothing but the best for him.
I
But
love the offense for like a couple years down the line. I love the defense for now. It's just like so Sam Darnold just has to be serviceable, right? Because he can fall back on hopefully a healthy Christian McCaffrey. Robbie Anderson and DJ
they're
Moore
gonna fucking kill him.
are good. They're good receivers. Terrace Marshall, who they drafted, he's also good. Dan Arnold is a good tight end. Like, he's fine. Their O-line isn't terrible. And then oh my God, I love their defense. I love their defense.
I don't know.
Having
I don't think they're terrible for sure.
Having Brian Burns, Derek Brown, Shaq Thompson, Hassan Reddick, AJ
I just think
Bouye, Jeremy Chin, JC Horn. Oh my God, I love this team.
my biggest problem is that they're gonna kill C-Mac for sure. Like he's gonna die.
He's gonna die.
Yeah, like
If he can stay healthy, he's like one of the best weapons in all of football.
oh yeah, he's like right there next to Derrick Henry being the best running back in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
I would take Christian McCaffrey
I
over
would
Derrick
too.
Henry because
The only
Christian
reason I would take
McCaffrey is just so impactful in the passing game as well.
I would say the only reason I would take Derrick Henry is because he's a little bit taller. I
Well,
would say
he's also just like I will
bigger.
literally push you over and run into the end
Dude,
zone.
I saw it yesterday. He fucking he pushed someone over. I'm pretty sure it was he pushed somebody over. Yes, I'm like, yes, the Bills aren't the only ones who are getting shit on. Let's go.
Yeah.
But they're definitely gonna kill C-Mac. Like that poor guy, his body is gonna be ruined in like 2 years.
I mean,
just feel bad for him.
that's kind of the typical thing for running backs at this point in the NFL. They're like good for 2 to 3
If
years.
you can stay healthy, dude,
and
like
then you got to move
even
on.
I mean, like if he can be like Adrian Peterson and just be good forever, I just hope that's
Adrian
the case.
Peterson wasn't good forever though. Like I'd sooner
But it wasn't
want
terrible.
I'd sooner want like a Frank Gore over an Adrian Peterson
Okay.
later on.
Either
in
way,
their
you get
career.
the point. Like
Yes,
those older
I
guys
get- I
are
get
able to
the-
stay healthy
yeah.
for longer. I just because he's so fun to watch. Like he's so like
Mm-hmm.
spontaneous, like electric. He just brings someone to the field that's just so much fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I think the team I would say that I would watch out for is going to be. Let me look over one more time before I make my. I think the Chargers, bro.
Chargers.
I think the Chargers. I love watching Justin Herbert throw the
Mhm.
football.
If
Him and Russell Wilson they just have a pass that comes from the fucking sky and it just right into your hands. I'm like, how did you? They do like the Aaron Rodgers like just yeet that shit down the field and hope for the best.
Mhm.
Like
mm-hmm.
how literally over top of a defender like into your hands. I'm just like, that is amazing to me. Whatever that skill is, that is nice.
I like their team. I like
Their defense is gonna be a little but
I don't
like
know,
their
man.
offense is I think really good.
I actually think that their defense is almost the highlight of the team.
I
like-
think Justin Herbert and what he brings to that offense is just so good. And he's got Eckler in the backfield, and he's got not Keenan Allen. Is it Keenan Allen?
Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great wide receiver. He's a little
He is.
too much like personality wise for me, but I'm not gonna say that it's gonna detract from his gameplay. But
And Mike Williams is a good secondary receiver. I don't like their tight end. I don't think Jared Cook
I think
is
that's my only problem with that offense is that they don't have a tight end that's like.
I like their O-line. I like Rashawn Slater, who they drafted. Matt Filer's pretty good. Corey Linsley's a great center. But like for me, it's the defense, and I'm gonna say that again because I feel like I'm saying that for every team. But like
Becoming a defensive league again.
you got Joey Bosa, Kenneth Murray, Uchenna Nwosu, Chris Harris, Derwin James is a top 10 safety in the league. They drafted Nasir Adderley. Like I
I'm
love
thinking
this
that's.
defense.
I just think that team is balanced. Like
It is. It is.
It's really
If
balanced.
I think the Chargers really underperformed last year. If they can stay healthy and like their young guys can take like a jump, they're a good team.
And like if they can just get like some of the decision making out of the way and fix that, I mean, like because last year it was kind of like
Well, last year the
Justin
problem
Herbert was
with
just
the
playing
team
by
was the
himself
coaching.
last year. Yeah,
They
and
got rid of their coach, which is good.
I think they could make a run, not like a run for the chip because Tampa Bay is gonna say no.
Well, and you're in the division with Kansas City.
Yeah, I think they have a good shot at being like a wild card spot and maybe making a run if all goes according to plan for them. But I don't think they have a shot at the Super Bowl right now. Maybe next year.
I don't think so.
I think Kansas City, the Bills, and the Titans are like the top. Maybe like the Ravens, Browns cycle in there for number 3.
Yeah,
I think the Bills and the Chiefs right now are like the 2 AFC teams you have to watch out for. I would not take the first game for the Bills it's
one game.
It was one game. It was an opener and somebody said it best, but maybe it was Aaron Rodgers that you need to learn how to win every season. And I think like the Packers, they had a bad opener and they learned from that and they came back in Miami and absolutely shut them the fuck up. So we'll have to see how they play against Washington and if they decimate them again. I think they're back in starting form. I think Josh Allen just needs to slow the fuck down. He's just panicking. It feels like, and I think they'll be good. But the defense for the Chiefs, the offense for the Chiefs. Travis Kelce is like the best tight end ever to play football outside of George Kittle, and I would
take Travis Kelce over George Kittle.
I agree. I completely agree with that. I'm just saying like them are like.
I mean, you can't sell Darren Waller short for the Raiders. Darren Waller's amazing.
He plays tight end. I thought he played wide receiver.
Nah, he's a tight end. He's amazing.
Well, there you go. I thought he played wide receiver. That's probably why. Yeah. I like him. I didn't know. I thought he was for sure.
Those 3 are the top 3. It's Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and Darren Waller. And frankly,
Darren Waller just doesn't have the blocking game that Travis Kelce and.
Frankly, if you want to say that any of those 3 are the best tight end in the league, I'm not gonna fight you. Like those 3 are just so good.
Don't get me wrong, Gronk is great, but he's just not. He's not gonna have the same lifespan.
I'm not putting Gronk in that conversation. I'm not.
I think Gronk's more of a wide receiver. I'm just saying, like he literally like just whatever you want me to do, Tom, I'll do it. And he was on Monday Night Manning. He was just saying, "All right, Tom, you tell me what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna do it." I don't. He's like, he doesn't watch film. He doesn't do nothing. He just asks Tom for the spark notes, and that's what he does.
Yep.
But I think this year's gonna be fun to watch. I think probably it's gonna be probably Tom Brady taking another fucking Super Bowl win because he's an asshole. He doesn't like letting anybody else have any fun. But yeah. So I think we're gonna wrap it up there.
Yeah.
It's been a fun time talking about football. Hopefully next week we'll have some more fun talking about football because the Bills hopefully will win their game.
More football.
But knowing my luck, they'll lose because fuck me. Shout out to the Bills.
I know the Falcons are losing. Actually, wait, they're playing the Giants. That's gonna be
You're
a close.
Losing. You don't have a defense. I'm sorry. That game's over. But if they win,
yeah, you're right.
They should just lose anyways, just to get a better pick.
Yeah. I would not be surprised if the Falcons have like the number 1 overall pick this next year. I really wouldn't be.
But they're not going to get anybody because unless somebody comes out of college that's like star like worthy. I mean, I haven't heard anything. But
the top guys that are in college right now are Spencer Rattler, Sam Howell. I think there's one guy that's still got one more year in college, but his name is amazing. It's DJ Uiagalelei. And I love that name.
Bro, just draft that guy because of his name.
Yeah, it's exactly. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
If you're gonna draft Giannis, dude,
Yeah.
just draft that guy because the names obviously bring them power.
That's what makes him so good.
But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully everything went well. We will see you guys in the next one.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.